is why we always seem to be looking overseas. Carlton, as I mentioned before, you're no stranger to these parts. Your organization, Youth on the Move, continues to work with the young people, trying to provide alternatives for them. This is probably the last thing you expected to happen.
Absolutely. Again, condolences to the Harford family. I knew him personally. We graduated together. We attended school together at Northlands. He was a very good friend of mine. And since we did the last show, I actually reached out to him and we had some conversations about some of these very things that we're talking about now. I would not have dreamt in 100 years that I would be doing this show and having to send condolences to his family and him becoming a victim of the very thing that he and I were trying to prevent, literally. I consider him my point person for that particular area. Because we went to school together and we've had such a good relationship. So this is an extra sad occasion for me in that regard. Since the last show, you know, a lot of people have stopped me in the community and was very pleased with the show and the efforts of this organization and others. And I just wanted to say that, you know, Youth on the Move was started in 2006 because of these types of issues. Myself and Janika Simons, who is my vice president of the organization, came together because we realized as individuals that there was very few mentors, opportunities, and services for young people. That's a fact. And as we started the organization and as we went around to places like Center on Philanthropy and got in touch with the other community groups and organizations, we realized that there were literally no governmental services designed for people over the age of 18. So you're talking about all the kids that drop out of school, you're talking about all the kids who have drug addict parents, all the people who are in foster care who the day they turn 18 get released into society with no skills and no this, that, and the other. And all of these things, these things were predicted. So for us, we are more of in a situation where, okay, where do we go from here? Because this is not a surprise to us. We saw it coming. The evidence has been building over some time, and now the question becomes, you have people in the community who not only warned you, and we didn't take heed. We knew, and even as we discuss this show, things are getting worse. So at what point does the community decide to say, let's intervene in a way that can actually head off the whole situation? In other words, it has to be a bold, unified, deliberate effort, not to just get in and follow it, but to actually head it off. And that's what I'm looking for, hopefully.
Great. Hold that thought. We're going to come back. And just before we go to break, I want to remind you that you can join the conversation on www.letstalkbermuda.com. Send us your emails, and we will read them out here on the air for you. Stay with us. When we come back, we're going to start talking about solutions to this issue.
Let's Talk is a ZBM News 9 presentation. We continue in a moment.
Hey guys, I understand you guys want to be in a Lindo's Christmas commercial.
Yes, please.
Okay, let's get you started then.
He wants me to do what? I don't like being in Lindo's commercials. I'm going to sort that manager right out.
So you guys having a good time?
Nope. But we will now.
And a Merry Christmas to you too. You are coming back, right? Hello? Kids?
North Rock Communications is Bermuda's #1 choice for internet service. With a proven history of high-quality products and unmatched local service and support, North Rock is the best choice for all of your telecommunication needs. For more information about our long-distance and internet products, call us today at 540-2700 or visit us on the web at northrock.bm. Now more than ever, get it all together with North Rock.
Insurance matters. Insurance matters. Helpful tips from BF&M.
Looking for the most convenient way to manage your insurance and learn more about investments and wellness? With BF&M, you need look no farther than your computer. Manage your homeowners or condo insurance, receive quotes on your motor cover, even track your pension, plus learn more about investments and wellness. All at bfm.bm. All because
insurance matters. Insurance matters. Helpful tips from BF&M.
And thank you for staying with us again. Before we continue, remember you can join the discussion on www.letstalkbermuda.com. Gentlemen, we want to talk solutions now. We keep hearing that the community has to get involved. The community must be willing, members of the community where these things happen, must be willing to go out there and get involved, let the police know this is what happened, this is what I saw. That isn't happening. Why not? I mean, apart from the obvious reasons that people are probably scared of, you know, being victim of some sort of an attack.
If I may, one of the things that I realize is happening is a lot of people would like to help. They're not 100% sure how to help.
I find that hard to believe with all the information that the police puts out there about numbers for people to call, about going to Crime Stoppers.
Those are things that the police are requesting in aiding them to do their job. When I talk to people in the community who want to help, these guys are more concerned about the individuals perpetrating the crimes, why they're perpetrating the crimes, and how can they be put in a situation where that lifestyle is not required. So we're talking about two different types of helps. The police would like the community to assist them to catch criminals, which is important for them. But those things are reactionary measures with regards to how do we solve the problem to the youth and why they're finding themselves in these situations. So I think that is one of the problems in and of itself, is that we are not looking at trying to get to the root of the problem. If we got all the best investigating skills in the world together, all we do is catch more criminals if we never address the root cause of how these things are becoming in the first place. The other thing is that communities have not engaged these young men for some time. A lot of these young men are engaged in this activity because they've been left to their own devices for so long. You know, you talk about no services. What does that mean? That means that there's nobody taking them and saying, this is how you get your first job. There's nobody saying this is how you open up a bank account. I took a young man to open up a bank account just last week, and one of the things he said to me was, can we do it on Sunday? He's 20-something years old. There's not a word that the bank does not open on Sunday for these types of things, right?
So is it? Go ahead, Glad.
What I was going to say is that maybe when we pass Patty, we start to get a little more openness, you know? A right to know. I mean, why would society and government in particular feel that these youths and others don't give up information? I mean, we're struggling to get information. No, that's why we're having Patty. I think it's thematic. It's just woven into the community, you know? I mean, we see things the way we want to see them, you know? So we can see that these guys have got some code of conduct that's negative, but we can't see the adults' code of conduct that's negative. That's hypocrisy.
So what you're saying that it's simply a following of the examples that was set previously?
The children, the youths, well, who they're following?
Yeah.
Who they're following? Who do children follow? Where did they learn what they learn? I mean, we can cover it up with syrup, you know. Well, you're still going to get what you get. That's what we're getting. And I'm not a youth anymore, but I'm denied because I deal with youths.
Are you saying that your organization has made approaches, and it comes back to what you were talking about? You were saying that the solution has to be intrinsic. It has to be found here.
Right.
But government continues to spend money on study after study, which, as you were saying, only gives us the results that we already knew. The young black men are sitting on the wall. 50% of young black men are graduating from high school. Where is the solution? We keep saying it's intrinsic, and I agree that it has to be intrinsic. People like you on the street, you have a feel for what's happening, Carlton yourself, and you from a different perspective, Mr. Fubler. But how do we go about gelling all the experience that is around this table here now, to get the community involved? That is what I want to keep the focus on, because without the community being involved, this ain't going to happen for eons.
It may seem ironic. It may seem very ironic, right? But Simmons here is saying that he saw things coming. Okay? He himself as a youth. Gene's a youth to me. I'm got youths his age.